Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Isaac Galindo to return. Good work so far. He's got room. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. They're led out by the fourth-year passer out of Iowa State, Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
Throwing the out route complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Purdy setting up that play action. And it's Bourne with a catch outright. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Another 49er first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Going to the ground again on first. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles nothing.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Tank Bigsby here with a return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated.
Now he's hit, Hurts fumbles. And he recovers his own mistake. think he can keep going here. And this one, not surprisingly, brought a loss in yards as they had to scramble to even get that football back. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up third down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Third and long for him here. He finds Dotson, left side. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. San Francisco headed out for its second possession of the game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. On the toss, it's McCaffrey. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives the 49ers the first.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
We've set it down from 37. On first and 10, it's McCaffrey. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up third and short.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Third down, 1 yard to go. On third and short, McCaffrey. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
So fourth down is going to bring out Eddie Pinheiro and the 49ers field goal unit for the first time. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Pinheiro's kick is good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Bigsby with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Steps up and he's running with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
13 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hurts now from the gun. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game.
Eagles 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Gorindo to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Purdy. He's got the hook up to Moore. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First and 10 now. Here's Purdy. Short pass brought in. He has it up to his own 45 on a small gain. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now it's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. To the air again. Purdy. Kittle makes the catch. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the counter, McCaffrey. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. It's caught. Pearsall has it. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers stretch their early lead to 9. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game.
17, Eagles 7.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Set to return it. Here's Will Shipley. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Complete over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Now Hurts. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down, a run with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Hurts. He'll try and run this. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Hits him on the out route. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Our score, 17-7. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 from the 32. Hurts looking to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Hurts to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
10 more yards. That's another Eagles first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles face a 4-point deficit. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game.
Eagles 14.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Galindo to return it. Jukes away from one. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
49ers to the line. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Escapes a defender. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's going to be caught by his back. McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 44. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Purdy out of the gun on 3rd down. Connects with him down the sideline. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. From the gun is Purdy. Throw right side is caught by Jennings. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that gives the 49ers the 1st.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
First and 10, around to Robinson. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. Cooper to Gene with the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Purdy throwing here. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Shotgun now on third down. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a fourth down decision.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Fourth down is going to bring out Eddie Pinheiro and the 49ers field goal unit for the first time. His first kick was good. His second look from 35 yards away. Pinheiro's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Shipley now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Motion man left is Brown. Hurts on first down. Finds him over the middle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Gets it out wide, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hurts yet again. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
It's Hurts once again. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the pistol, Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles tie and can take the lead here in the second. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles take the lead on that successful kick.
21, 49ers 20.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Gorindo to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Zone read the give to McCaffrey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's got Bourne left side. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Short pass brought in. This one doesn't get much. Down to the 41. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
It's a gain of 4.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll air it out on 3rd. Completes it downfield to Pearsall. He's going to have this one down to the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the red zone now. Come near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal. One of the tight ends motioning left. McCaffrey will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Purdy. Dialing up a receiver screen. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
The 49ers get some late points and the lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers push their lead to 6.
27, Eagles 21.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Shipley now to return. Jukes away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Throwing the out route complete. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. On first down, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down from the 42. Hurts now from the gun. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. And again, here's Hurts. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This from 35 yards away. Elliott connects there. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drawing up the design keeper. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime report. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Shipley now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. 1st down, and they go right back to it. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Bryce Huff in on the tackle.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They left him wide open. It's complete. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
It's a gain of 28 yards. That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
19-yard line.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
14-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Barkley will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Hurts. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that 2nd one far bigger than his 1st when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. And puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead.
31, 49ers 27.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the 49ers on offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining 2nd half if they're able to answer here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun is Purdy. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
5 men now in the secondary for the Eagles on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
And a yard at the 33-yard line.
First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A 7-yard gain. That's another 49er first down. A gain of 7.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Going run again with McCaffrey. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
A gain of 12 yards. And a 49er first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers push their lead to 3.
34. Eagles 31.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Shipley now to return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Hurts setting up to throw. He's going for it himself. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. A give to Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. Galloping inside the 40. Take a 3rd quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead.
Eagles 38, 49ers 34. Jake Elliott to kick
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Moore with a return. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. '49ers to the line. 1st and 10. A run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
And the 49er first down. First and
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Setting him on the dive. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy, and that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Here's Purdy to throw. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
A gain of 10.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the fourth. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. First down throw by Purdy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face second down.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Second and 10. Again, it's Purdy. Throw right side is caught by Jennings. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Third and long. They're going to throw. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And this hasn't been a common sight out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Purdy looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, first and goal. From the red zone on first. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Second and goal coming up from the 7. They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. It's going to be caught by his back. McCaffrey. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Third and goal, Purdy. He's got it, it's in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Desperation time here. Escapes the... And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. Brock Purdy with the touchdown.
What an absolute bonus for this offensive coordinator when you've got a QB that can create. And what a nightmare for a defense as they just get run on.
Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers push their lead to 3.
41. Eagles 38.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Bigsby with the return. He dodged the tackle. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there, and I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
Hurts on 1st down. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And the 49ers get to it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
So 1st down from the 41. From the gun, McCaffrey jukes away from one. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 19-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. The Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. On 3rd down, Purdy. Throwing the out route, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. They go to him again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Give him 5 yards on 2nd and goal. They're going to be 5 yards out on 3rd.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Purdy throwing here. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grow their lead off the turnover. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game.
48, Eagles 38.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Shipley now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation. But a state of urgency, got to be a sky high right now.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. They go play fake with Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. To try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
49ers with an extra defensive back out there for this third down play. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
First down. First and 10.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down from the 42. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's Hurts once again. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Hurts throwing again. It's a screen to Barkley. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's good.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffed out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
A.J. Brown. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Niners' 37-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts yet again. That's Smith on the slant. And he's just a little bit short of that first down. They stop him at the 33.
Brings up 3rd down.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak, Hurts. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. Cut near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's another.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Moore with a return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He finds him 6 yards on that first down run. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into traffic, complete! And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game.
46-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 46. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw by Purdy. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, 49ers.
1st and 10 from the 43. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. 49ers holding on to a field goal lead. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Here's a design run. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He's drawn up for him. On 4th down, looks like 49ers sending out Thomas Morstead now to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14.
14-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Here he goes, one final shot. It isn't holding up. stop him. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers as we say so long from Philadelphia.